Wishing you all a wonderful, wonderful World Youth Skills Day. And today is Reimagining Youth Skills Post Pandemic, Thursday, 15th of July, 2021. What else would be more meaningful today? Because during pandemic, post pandemic, anytime in life, wellness, wellness, and wellness. You need to be fit all the time. You got to be healthy all the time. You got to take a proper coaching, proper nutrition, proper training. You got to be fit all the time, and that's what you're going to meet today. The CEO of the Beauty and Wellness Sector Skill Council, Madam Monica Behel, under the aegis of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. We are grateful to her that she had been very kind to take out a time and to be with all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into a little bit of a deliberation, on behalf of ICSI, we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us. I know you all are looking forward to wellness. Today is the World Youth Skills Day, and theme is Reimagining Youth Skills Post-Pandemic. And do you know, this is a beautiful marathon, and what a beautiful simile that today is 7th World Youth Skills Day, and today we are having 7 webinars. We had 12 o'clock, then 1 o'clock, now 3 o'clock, then 3:30, then 4 o'clock, then 7 p.m., and 8 o'clock is the finale. What is so important? Why 7 webinars? Well, we started early in the morning. Life is a beautiful story, and you got to carry out positive stories, positivity all the time. और देखो मोनिका मैम भी बात करेंगी वेलनेस की जब बातचीत करेंगे तो पॉजिटिविटी बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है तो हमने सुबह स्टार्ट किया बेंगलुरु से एंड वी हैड अ ग्रेट डिस्कशन विद मैडम अपर्णा अथर्या जी एंड देयर आफ्टर वी गॉट 5 पांडव्स एंड 5 पांडवों का 5 भूतों का 5 तत्वों से संसार बना है वी हैड द 5 मैनेजमेंट एक्सपर्ट्स एंड 5 लीडर्स and president of the Punjab Commerce and Management Association, president of the Haryana Commerce and Management Association, गुजरात को भी लेके आ गए, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर को भी लेके आ गए, हिमाचल को भी लेके आ गए. It was a wonderful to hold a deliberations with them. और immediately after this program हम आपको कर्नल अनिल कुमार पोखरियाल जी से मिलवाएंगे. He would be talking about management, entrepreneurship and professional council. And then फिर हम आपको लेके चलेंगे रेडियो, टेलीविजन, थिएटर, म्यूजिक और फिल्म्स के संसार में. और शाम को हम आपको लेके चलेंगे क्योंकि स्कूल एजुकेशन, हायर एजुकेशन, टेक्निकल एजुकेशन, वोकेशनल एजुकेशन और यूनिवर्सिटी एजुकेशन, तो ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर मिलेंगे शाम को. और उसके बाद रात्रि का जो कार्यक्रम होगा उसमें आपके एआईसीटी के चेयरमैन प्रोफेसर अनिल सहस्त्रबुद्धे जी along with Dr. Nirmaljeet Singh Kalsi ji, the chairman of the NCVT National Council for Vocational Education and Training, और उसी के साथ जिनको पिछले साल माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने नवाजा था, second highest honor being given to anybody, and that is Professor Dr. Jagdish N. Sheth ji. He would be joining us from United States along with Professor Vivek Shankar Natarajan ji, Professor of Marketing. So ladies and gentlemen, यूथ के पास एनर्जी है, उसको चाहिए सिनर्जी. हमारे पास स्किलिंग है तो रीस्किलिंग चाहिए और अपस्किलिंग चाहिए. पोस्ट पैंडेमिक बहुत कुछ चाहिए. 6 सॉफ्ट स्किल्स जो हम सब के लिए बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी हैं: अडेप्टेबिलिटी, विलिंगनेस टू लर्न, इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, क्रिएटिविटी, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एंड ऑफ कोर्स कम्युनिकेशन. ये है आज का सबसे बड़ा गहरा गूढ़ा मंत्र जिसके बारे में हम आपसे बातचीत कर रहे हैं. जितने भी लोग हमारे 7 वेबिनार्स में जुड़ रहे हैं और जो कुछ भी आप YouTube पर पोस्ट कर रहे हैं और YouTube पर लिख रहे हैं, फाइनली विल बी शॉर्टलिस्टिंग 3 पीपल टुनाइट. और उन 3 लोगों में से फाइनली हमारे जजेस के थ्रू हम एक किसी को भी सेलेक्ट करेंगे. इट कैन बी anybody who would be finally selected, and you will get a scholarship to do MBA in United States. That's what is the outcome, because ये भी तो एक स्किल है अगर आप पार्टिसिपेट अच्छे से कर रहे हैं. And all the time we talk about making education relevant, holistic education, need based education. ये हमारा फिनिशिंग स्कूल 1994 से हम लेकर आए भारत में सर्विसेज सेक्टर के लिए. अभी देखिए आज 15 जुलाई है, 15 अगस्त को हम आपको ई गुरुकुल ज्ञान यज्ञ में भी लेकर चलेंगे. सो टीचर यूथ एम्पावरमेंट, सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल्स, धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी एंड राजीव चंद्रशेखर जी, व्हाट अ प्लेजर. प्रधानमंत्री कौशल विकास योजना पार्ट 3 एंड ह्यूमन माइंड. हमेशा पॉजिटिव सोचिए, नए नए आइडियाज कंसीव कीजिए, बिलीव कीजिए और अचीव कीजिए. कुछ ज्यादा ख्वाहिशें नहीं है जिंदगी तुझसे, बस मेरा अगला कदम मेरे पिछले कदम से बेहतरीन हो. यही तो चाहते हैं हम जिंदगी में. आज सुबह डॉक्टर निर्मलजीत सिंह कलसी जी ने भेजा, उन्होंने कहा लाइफ इज बेस्ट फॉर दोज हु आर एंजॉयिंग इट, difficult for those who are analyzing it, and worst for those who are criticizing it. So our attitude to aptitude and aptitude to altitude make your life wonderful. Do join on the YouTube and let's keep moving on. And here we are having, join me in extending a very warm welcome to Madam Monica Behelji. She's right over here. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks for joining. अब पूरा समस्त संसार आपका है, ये सारे कॉन्टिनेंट आपके हैं, सारे भूमंडल के जितने भी लोग हैं सब आपके हैं. और अब आप हमें वेलनेस की दुनिया में लेकर चलिए. We want to look smart, we want to talk smart, we want to walk smart, we want to remain positive, we want to think positive, we want to dream positive, we want to eat positive, and we want to sleep positive. Before we go to sleep, let's move on to Monica Bahal, ma'am.
Thank you so much. First of all, a very, very warm welcome to all our viewers. And thank you so much, ICSI, for giving me an opportunity here to come on your platform along with Dr. Sharma, who always is such an inspiration. मतलब him being there and his smile makes you positive, Dr. Sharma. Positivity बाकी बाद में आती रहेगी. पहले तो आप इतने एंथुसियाज्म से जब बात करते हैं उसी से इतनी पॉजिटिविटी आ जाती है. And on this auspicious occasion of World Youth Skill Day, which is not only celebrated in our country, but the United Nations General Assembly started celebrating this on 15th of July every year. Basically, this day is to generate awareness on the prominence of technical and vocational education and training and make this as a marketable skill which is relevant not only for India. India में तो हमें skill youth चाहिए ही चाहिए, but since we are undergoing a demographic dividend stage, our youth should be ready to get into global economies. So that is very, very important to begin with. Having said that, this 15 July is celebrated through our Honorable Prime Minister's vision through National Skill Development Mission, NSDM, जो 2015 में फॉर्म हुई थी, कि हमें अपने यूथ को अगर आगे लेके जाना है, how do we bring at par these youth of ours with the developed nation? We still are a developing nation who's gone into a demographic dividend at this stage of our growth, where we are the second most populous nation, but at the same time demographic dividend का benefit भी उठाने का time यही है. But वो तभी positive होगा demographic dividend भी, और उसको हम अच्छे से nurture कर पाएंगे if we give wings to our youth and the women of skilling and roots of entrepreneurship to deal with the knowledge that they've got, how to make our Indian economy and global economy go on a higher sprung. During this global pandemic that we all are, we've had 2 waves of COVID, and in Britain and London, the 3rd wave was already hit them, and we are on the verge of it. It'll be on all of us कि 3rd wave आती है कि नहीं, हम कितना प्रिकॉशंस लेते हैं, कितनी कोविड प्रोटोकॉल्स को फॉलो करेंगे.
नहीं आनी चाहिए, नहीं आनी चाहिए,
बिल्कुल नहीं आनी चाहिए. बट डॉक्टर शर्मा, ये हम सब के हाथ में है, एंड मोर सो इट्स इन द हैंड ऑफ अ यूथ टुडे. यू आर नॉट ओनली द इन्फ्लुएंसर फॉर द एंटायर नेशन, but you are the decision makers also at your home. The moment you cross a certain age barrier of 15 years, 16 years, now no longer an 18-year barrier has to be crossed for you to become an adult. You start participating in the decision making process of the family. Even for your education, you are the one who selects. आज की डेट में पेरेंट्स नहीं बताते हैं कि आपको इंजीनियरिंग करनी है या आपको डॉक्टर बनना है, आप मैनेजमेंट कीजिए. You are much more aware of us, all of us put together. What are the job opportunities available? What are the skilling opportunities available? इस सब के लिए हमें, जैसे इनफैक्ट picking up some of the slides that Dr. Sharma has just shown it to us, that the pandemic has made us realize that we need to skill, reskill, and upskill. So while we are reskilling and upskilling already skilled youth of our nation and getting in the new talent to be added, there has to be some unlearning also which has to happen on the way. The way we were functioning, the way the sector of beauty and wellness was performing, or the entire global economy was performing before COVID and after COVID are two different things. There's a lot of unlearning which has happened. कहाँ पे, मतलब 2 साल पहले अगर किसी ने बोला होता कि हम आईसीएसई प्लेटफॉर्म पे डॉक्टर शर्मा के साथ ऐसे जूम पे हम मीटिंग्स किया करेंगे, तो वी ऑल वुड हैव लाफ कि नहीं, डॉक्टर शर्मा इज सच अ सोशल पर्सन, ही वुड हैव सेड नहीं, मैं तो खुद मिलना चाहूंगा सबसे, एंड सेम वुड हैव बीन द कॉन्सेप्ट एट आवर एंड. बट नाउ not only this lockdown has taught us how to use the social media. In fact, ICSI has done more than 1,000 webinars in the last 1 year that they've been 1.5 year, I think I would say that they've been conducting the webinars. But these webinars brought in so much of education to each one of us. I have been educated on the I would say the subject that I've been interested in. So have you been, and he's been I would say वो सूत्रधार की तरह काम करते हैं to bring in the talent and to bring in the youth who will benefit from this talent. So ये सूत्रधार का जो आपका process है Dr. Sharma is highly appreciable, and we all look up to you to keep connecting us, whether it's the World Youth Skill Day, whether it's the International Day of Yoga, whether it's Independence Day, whether it's Republic Day. We would like to get this सूत्रधार, वो कहते हैं ना, आप वो धागा हैं जिसमें सारे मोती पिरोए जाते हैं. सो आप बाकी सबको जितना भी इन्होंने दिखाया कि सुबह से सूर्य नमस्कार से मतलब वो कहते हैं सूर्य अस्त होने के बाद भी he'll still be doing the webinars till late in the evening, and in fact it's a surprise for me also. आपने मुझे पहले बताया होता मैं भी contest में participate करती to earn a scholarship for doing an MBA in USA. Why not? So I'll request all our viewers, all the students and the youth, this is a great opportunity. We all talk about it, but he's taken the step forward and gone ahead and literally वो कहते हैं ना execute करके दिखा दिया है. So it's in your hand. First to get shortlisted among the best 3 and then get selected. I can only wish all of you good luck and work on it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Coming to the topic of the day, जो डॉक्टर शर्मा ने मुझे बोला है और मुझे उसको स्टिक करके बोलना है, that's to do with how the pandemic has changed the entire job scenario and how education and more so skill education has become more relevant. आप लोगों ने last year, specifically students who are in the education ecosystem must have heard about it. There's something called National Education Policy, NEP 2020, which has been launched by our Honorable Prime Minister last year, जिसमें उन्होंने vocational education को बहुत ही emphasis दिया है, and there's been a reason for him giving this emphasis. आज की date में अगर आप employment statistics देखिए, and specifically even during Corona time or pre-COVID time, there had been a high chunk of degree holders who are unemployable, who do not have a means to earn their livelihood in our country. So what do? They get into, I have come across people who are graduates, who are postgraduate, but are working as guards. I have come across people who are working outside the ATMs just because they do not have, and they have to be the what do you say, they'll have to be the providers for their family, so they have to do something. आज की डेट में अगर आप देखिए, उबर के बहुत सारे ड्राइवर्स या ओला के ड्राइवर्स, they are educated, they have the soft skills, they've become entrepreneurs rather than being a driver. 5 साल पहले या 10 साल पहले जब हमें एयरपोर्ट जाना होता था, we used to book a cab, it used to be the next door taxi वाले स्टैंड से we used to ask for a cab. These drivers used to work on a monthly salary plus a per day allowance with them. Today, they are the entrepreneurs. They have their own cars. They've got onto a platform called an Uber and an Ola. Ola is an Indian ingrown brand, whereas Uber is an international brand. And they have, I would say, the profit sharing as well as the revenue share model. which has come into place. So technology has taught us a how to get going, whether in the kind of traditional jobs which were earlier considered between an employer and an employee. And when I talk about now, all the more relevance with COVID being hit, been staying with us. I would not say we've been hit by COVID and now we've recovered. No, COVID is here. We have to get used to COVID. And we all have come across our family members, our colleagues, or within our social circle, people who've lost their jobs. So, what are they doing? Are they being employable? Yes, they are employable, but are there enough jobs in the market? Yes and no. Jobs are there, but they're only a handful. So who gets the job? The person who's the best fit for the job. Education qualification on one side, you need to know some vocational education, some skill based education, and the way you present yourself is the way you get the job. If we have, like जैसे डॉक्टर शर्मा ने बताया कि 3 बच्चे शॉर्टलिस्ट किए जाएंगे, उसमें से जिसकी सॉफ्ट स्किल्स शायद सबसे अच्छी होंगी, जिसकी प्रेजेंटेशन स्टाइल सबसे अच्छा होगा, जो अपने आप को who's able to sell themselves well will be the one. Though I don't know the criteria for selection, but I'm assuming that student will be the one who will finally get that scholarship. Similarly, it happens when there are only a handful of jobs available in the market. The person who's healthy, not only physically healthy but healthy mentally, who can put in that extra number of hours, who can work under stress. Though we would love to get onto a 4-day week cycle or a 4.5-day week cycle, the way developed nations are, or a 5-day cycle. India do have, our IT companies do have a 5-day week work style. But let me tell you, even their professionals work on weekends. When there are new product launches, or there are month ends, they do not see whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday. So when a company is hiring you, they will first look at, you have to be healthy physically and you have to be healthy mentally to take that stress. You cannot crumble under the stress. So that's very, very important. Be the way you are a team player. Gone are the days when you can handle everything on your own. There's a lot of collaboration and cooperativeness that needs to be worked in. That's a skill in itself. How do you develop that skill? The soft skill is the need of the hour. Having said that, how we can be well mentally, as Dr. Sharma had said, that we need to start our day with a positive thought when you get up in the morning, that I have to be grateful for this day that I have been given by our Almighty God to live another day. And the way he shown Dr. Kalsi's statement, which says, it's your attitude. Whatever problem you come across, 90% is how you react to it. 10% is only the problem. I was just sharing with him, I had 2 back-to-back webinars today, and sitting in Delhi, in Connaught Place today, we had an electricity outage, which is very unheard of. But we had to, since those were the webinars where we had already committed ourselves through the sector skill council, my team made it work. We had candlelit webinars and we had the mobile ki battery mein chala ke kiye. There has to be a problem to every solution. It's only the attitude that will take you through any kind of issue and a problem that you face. Having said that, how do you develop that attitude? बोलना बहुत easy है, have a positive attitude. It's very difficult when you're going through a personal crisis or an emotional crisis or even a monetary crisis, I would say, in today's time, to have that positive attitude. It's good when it's theoretically talked about, but when it happens to any one of us, it's difficult to come out of it. There are different means of doing that. Yoga is, which is through our sector skill council, we train students to become not only yoga instructors and yoga trainers and senior yoga trainers, but yoga professionals, but we teach them even to maintain a 360-degree wellness approach towards life. Life will have ups and downs, life will have good moments and bad moments. You need to be over and above that. How do you do that? When you're mental, emotional, and physically, you are at a balance with all your panch tattva that Dr. Sharma was also mentioning. And how that is done is when you sit down, whether it's in a meditative state or doing yoga or in a even like the younger generation, I know they feel yoga karna is very boring. I also used to, I will second that. I also used to feel that एक ही आसन में बैठे रहो फिर काउंट करो निकलो, इससे अच्छा let's go to the gym, let's burn our calories on the treadmill, that's more healthy, or you go for a run. Any kind of physical activity, if you do it completely, even a run, a jog, a walk, half an hour on the treadmill or on your cardio, yoga, meditation, if you're doing and you're engrossed in doing that, will give you that mental peace. Peace is nothing, it's an over, I would say, rated emotion aaj ki date mein, but it brings you a mental equilibrium. How you can be at peace with yourself is only when you're cut off from your outside environment, at least for that half an hour during the day. To do that, you need to be, there's something called mindfulness. It's very, very prominent in, and a very marketable skill in the developed nation, but it's picking up hugely in India also. And I've seen on Dr. Sharma's webinars also, there he brings in speakers who talk about mindfulness, and I've learned a lot from them as well. It only tells you how to get all your energies diverted towards one point and concentrate on that point for that time being and live in the moment. We've Another thing that COVID has taught us is we do not know what's going to happen tomorrow, but do not spoil your today either for your yesterday or for your tomorrow. That's very important. Live in the moment, enjoy the moment, and flow with the flow. There are certain things which are within your control. Work, I would say, go to the extreme of making sure that you are able to make the ends meet what is within your control. There are certain things which are beyond your control. That's the reason we have an Almighty sitting there controlling all of us like puppets. Leave certain things on Him as well, because He knows what's good for you. At the spur of the moment, you may not know what's happening to you is for your betterment, or you may get disheartened just because things are not working the way you wanted. But let the things take their course. Do your best. Again, I'm saying, do not, it's like भगवान भी उन्हीं की मदद करता है जो अपनी मदद खुद करते हैं. God help those who help themselves. Make sure that you do your part of it to the best of your abilities and capabilities. Use all your resources, but beyond that, then leave things on Him. That will give you peace. That you, how the peace will be attained, because you know you've done your best to the capability and the ability and the learnings and whatever relearnings and the upskillings you've learned during this phase of COVID. You've done your best. Beyond that, let's pray to Him and leave the problem to Him. And believe you me, if you leave that faith in Him and take that leap of, like कहते ना वो एक step विश्वास का ले लेते हैं, and you go off to sleep, by the morning you'll find half of your problems already been sorted out. So that is the approach when we need to get into a state of beyond our control and still need to be at peace with ourselves. You need to leave certain things on somebody else. Like Dr. Sharma had said, सोना भी peacefully है, सोना भी positively है. I would second that and third that, and as many as you would want to say. It's a manifestation. You give positivity, you will get positivity. You only think about negative things, you only talk about negative things, you will only be inviting more negativity. There's a science behind this. This is whatever you think and you put to the universe gets manifested by the universe and comes back to you. So though I do not want to get into that phase, वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा spiritual हो जाएगा, बट ये सच, मतलब ये बात में बहुत वजन है कि आप यूनिवर्स को जो आपको चाहिए पुट दैट टू द यूनिवर्स. जैसे शाहरुख खान ने बोला था ओम शांति ओम में कि मैं, मतलब उसको इतना चाहो कि देन कायनात भी सारी मिलके आपको जो आपको चाहिए वो दे. So put that up to the universe, but again be positive. Do not do intently, किसी के साथ गलत नहीं करिए. Intentions have to be right. I always believe in that, and I tell my team also that if you pick up doing 10 things at a time and your intent is to do all the 10 things right, And let's say out of those 10 things, only 7 turn out to be correct. That's an ideal ratio, 7 is to 3. 3 will not work out, and that's the statistics that works in the entire, I would say, the universe. Everything that you want will not come back to you. But even if 70% of what you want, God gives you that, be happy in that. And most importantly, enjoy that. Enjoy what has been given to you. Enjoy what you have rather than wishing what you do not have. There are people who do not even have what you have. So always be thankful and be grateful to the Almighty for giving you that. The moment you get that gratefulness is one emotion which not only brings happiness to you, but it brings a lot of positivity to the person also towards whom you are grateful for, whether it's God, to whom you're grateful for this life, whether it's your parents, to whom you're grateful for bringing you in this world, grateful to your teachers for teaching you and bringing you at this level that you can today face the entire world, grateful to your siblings for bringing the best in you, fighting with you and still having your back at the same time, grateful to your spouse for always being there for you whenever the tide doesn't go in the right fashion, grateful to your children for bringing that parental emotion in you, grateful to your peers for making you learn. So that gratefulness is one emotion which the moment you start in the morning, it should last with you morning, afternoon, evening, night, till the time you do not go off to sleep. So to do that, A, practice mindfulness, B, practice yoga, C, if I have to talk about our skill, be beautiful inside out. Eat right so that A, it takes care of your health, it takes care of your skin, hair, and brings the peace in you. Even the food that you eat, वो कहते हैं ना, ये खाने से आपका अच्छा होगा और आप अच्छा दिखेंगे भी. So please do that. So with that, I'll say thank you to each one of you. All the best for the evening scholarship event and the participation that you will be going through. And once again, a happy World Youth Skill Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the valuable support and all these days, all these months you had been coming. Your Sector Skill Council had been very, very vibrant and very active. During the pandemic and post-pandemic, everybody would need all kind of wellness. Ma'am has already covered whether your physical wellness, your mental wellness, your environmental wellness, your spiritual wellness, your economic wellness, all the wellness is coming from